What if I told you? World War II was not won only with guns, not with tanks, not with soldiers on the battlefield, but with numbers. Behind locked doors in Britain, a war was fought in silence, a war of codes, and in the middle of it all was one man. So brilliant, he broke the language of machines. He helped defeat Hitler. He saved millions of lives. He created the foundation of modern computers. But when the war ended, Britain didn't reward him. They punished him. They erased him. They destroyed him. This is the story of Alan Turing, the man who saved the world and was betrayed by it. Alan Turing was born in 1912. Even as a child, he was different. While other boys played sports, Alan played with puzzles. While others chased popularity, Alan chased patterns. Teachers called him strange. Students mocked him. But Alan didn't care, because his mind was not built for fitting in. It was built for solving impossible problems. He saw the world as a system, and he believed every system, no matter how complex, could be understood. At school, Alan met someone who truly understood him, a boy named Christopher Morcom. Christopher was intelligent, kind, ambitious. And for the first time, Alan wasn't alone. They studied science together. They talked about the future. They dreamed about what they could become. But then, Christopher died suddenly. Alan was crushed, and that loss changed him forever. It pushed him deeper into mathematics, deeper into logic, and into a question that would define his life. Could the human mind be explained like a machine? In 1936, Alan Turing wrote a paper. It didn't look dramatic. No fame, no applause. But inside that paper was an idea that would shape the modern world. Alan described a theoretical machine, a machine that could follow instructions step by step to solve any problem. Today, we call it the Turing machine. And what Alan proved was terrifyingly powerful. If you can break a problem into steps, a machine can solve it. That single idea became the foundation of computing. And one day, it would become the foundation of artificial intelligence. But the world wasn't thinking about computers, because Europe was about to collapse. 1939, Germany invades Poland. World War II begins. Britain faces a terrifying enemy, and Germany has a weapon that isn't a gun. It's a machine called Enigma. Enigma was used to send secret Nazi messages. Every troop movement, every submarine attack, every plan, even if Britain intercepted the message, they couldn't read it. Because Enigma changed its code every day. Billions of combinations. Unbreakable. At least, that's what Hitler believed. But Britain had one hope. A strange young mathematician named Alan Turing. Alan was recruited into Britain's most secret operation. He was sent to Bletchley Park, a quiet countryside mansion. But inside, it was a war factory. Not of bullets, but of intelligence. Mathematicians, linguists, chess masters, all working day and night. Because if they couldn't break Enigma, Britain could lose the war. And the deadliest battlefield was the Atlantic Ocean. German U-boats were sinking British supply ships. Food, fuel, weapons. Britain was slowly being strangled. If the supply ships stopped, Britain would starve. The war would be over. Alan Turing studied Enigma and noticed something important. No matter how complex a code was, humans always made mistakes. They repeated phrases, used predictable patterns, small weaknesses, and Alan realized the truth. Enigma could be beaten, but not by humans alone. So Alan built a machine to defeat a machine. It was called the bomb. Huge, loud, mechanical. It searched through thousands of Enigma settings at insane speed, day after day, until finally, it cracked the key. And suddenly, the impossible happened. German messages became readable. Britain could now see Hitler's war plans, submarine locations, attack routes, troop movements. It was like Britain could read Germany's mind. Historians believe Alan Turing's work shortened World War II by at least 2 years. 2 years of death, 2 years of genocide, 2 years of destruction, millions of lives saved. But the public never knew, because the government buried the truth. If Germany discovered Enigma was broken, they would change the system. So Britain kept it secret. Sometimes they even allowed ships to sink, just to protect the advantage. A brutal decision, but it helped win the war. When the war ended in 1945, Britain celebrated. Parades filled the streets. But Alan Turing was silent. He was forbidden to talk about what he did. No medals, no fame, no public honor. His work was classified, locked away, and the man who helped save the world went home like a stranger. But Alan didn't stop. After the war, he continued building early computers, and he asked a question that still shapes our world today. Can machines think? He created the idea of what we now call the Turing test. If a machine could talk like a human and fool a person, then maybe it could be considered intelligent. Alan Turing was building the future, but society was still trapped in the past. In 1952, Alan Turing was arrested, not for espionage, not for betrayal, but because he was gay. At the time, homosexuality was illegal in Britain, and instead of protecting their hero, Britain humiliated him. He was placed on trial and forced to choose prison or chemical punishment. Alan chose the punishment. The government chemically castrated him. His body changed. His mind suffered. The man who helped defeat Hitler was now being destroyed by the very country he saved. On June 7, 1954, Alan Turing was found dead in his home. He was only 41. Beside him was a half-eaten apple. The cause of death was cyanide poisoning. Many believe it was suicide. Others still wonder. But the truth remains. A man who changed the world died in silence. No grand funeral, no national mourning, just tragedy, just betrayal. And yet, Alan Turing never truly disappeared. Because today, his mind is everywhere. Every computer, every smartphone, every password, every piece of artificial intelligence. Our modern world was built on his ideas. Britain tried to erase him, but history eventually fought back. Years later, the government apologized. They pardoned him. They placed his face on British currency. But it was too late, because the greatest honor would have been giving him a life. When he was still alive, Alan Turing didn't wear a crown. He didn't command an army, but he helped defeat one of the darkest regimes in history. And in return, he was punished for being himself. History calls him a mathematician, but in truth, Alan Turing was something else. He was a war hero, a visionary, a man ahead of his time, the man who saved the world and paid the price for it. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, because history is full of forgotten legends, and the next one we reveal might shock you even more.